Hey guys, well today we're going to do a little tribute to Waldhandwerk. I know I'm not saying that right, but to his 500 subscribers. And we're going to make what he calls a Swedish stove. There's lots of different names for them. I've made this on a larger stump before, but I wanted to see if it would work on a smaller piece. Simply if I was just trying to do some cooking for the afternoon instead of building a fire. It's a great alternative. So I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it a shot. I have, since Grace gets out of the way, go on again. This fence off, Grand Force Brooks axe, but other than cleaning it up, I probably won't use it. I have the Gerber LMF on the side here, and I actually brought myself a real coffee cup this time. And other than potentially cutting my webbing, I did find that my little spiked knife fits nicely in webbing, but probably not ideal because it has a potential of cutting the stitching and stuff. But I thought it was a fun spot to put it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this notch cleaned up off here and strip the bark, and I'll bring you back. Not really long enough, but I think it'll work. Ooh, check that out. Nice handle. I discovered a really good use for having that big pommel on the end. How about that? Drives just like a stake. I like it. Nice job of splitting that open. Huh. I'll be darned. Well, I'm going to get the knife out of here, and then we're going to get some of this bark off and make some tinder to shove down in those cracks. This is a piece of juniper, if you couldn't tell already. I've done this before with birch. Like I said, it was a considerably larger piece also. Never done it with such a small log. But the goal is he wanted to boil water. We're just going to make 2 cups of coffee. We'll percolating coffee. See how my chisel tip works out here. It works pretty good. Save some of that pitch off there. If you're asking about the knife, I did use my 4-inch grinder with a flap disc on it, which is basically like sandpaper. Take a little bit more metal off than my file could. And people also mentioned that it looked like I was cutting both ways on that file, and it is not a double file, but I also, that's a old file that's not any good anyway. It was down here because it's going to be one of the next knife projects on the list, is to be turned into a knife. So no worries on misusing. I'm really pleased with this knife so far, though. I can get this in here and get a wedge on it without splitting the wood. I'll be in business. Hopefully that's deep enough. The thing this does is it gives a nice pommel strike for hammering things down. Alright, so what I've ended up with is just some little wedges, some splints down in there, so you get a nice sort of four-corner look. And now we're just going to shove it with, I'm going to take my gloves off for this. Shove it full of the bark. Alright, kind of built a small little nest on there, although it's really hard to do when it's so small. Again, I've never tried it with a log this small, but get a little cattail fluff in there. See if we can get those lit. Probably don't have enough of that bark on top, but it's really hard to get more room up there. When you do it this small. It's trying. If I can get some of this lit, it should be like an upside down fire, and light up the stuff down below. If it doesn't work, I have some extra bark. I might have to open up those cracks a little bit further to get some more airflow, but we'll give it a shot, see what happens. Looks like it's taking off. Let's see if it can catch the bottom though. I'm gonna go play with the dogs a little bit and see if this catches. I'll be back. Alright, this is the third attempt. I keep walking away from it. Last time I did one of these, it was really more of a kind of a set it and forget it operation. So walked around and went and grabbed some Nature's jet fuel, some pitch. So if I can get this pitch to melt on here, it should drip down into those cracks. But I think if I can get some of that down there, it should take off just fine. And it looks like it's going to. So, let's see here if we can get our coffee ready. This is a Comet brand, a little percolator, one of my favorite little ones. I did, it was Response to Tactical Gearhead, made in the USA video a while ago, sometime last year I think. And one of the things I showed on there was the, well, since it's dirty because it's my camping one, is the Comet, I know this is blurry, the Popular Aluminum, made in the USA. So almost identical to the other one, but this is a 2-cup. And so we're gonna get 2 cups boiling on here. It wasn't specific on how much water to boil, but since I'm making coffee, we're gonna have 2 cups. As you can see, doing quite well. It's a little sooty because of all that pitch I put in there, but she's rolling right along. I'll bring it back when we got a boil. Well, you can see the little percolating as we got 2 cups to a boil. Probably took about 20 minutes in all. Definitely not on the tinder. Got it burnt down about 2/3 of the way. And I'll let this perk for a few minutes, and we'll have some coffee. See the idea behind it? It's basically from the burning from the inside out. I could even, betcha I could pick this whole thing up. My entire fire is contained in my hand. One big cooking vessel. I don't have anything down there, no burnt pieces, nothing to catch on fire. It's a very cool way to do it, and I wasn't sure if I could do it on something this small. I did have to open up the edges a little bit, did have to blow on it quite a bit to get the inside lit, but once it's lit, it does pretty good. You gotta be careful you don't want it to split too far, because then your cooking surface gets a little bit weaker. But it's a neat idea, and one that I don't utilize probably enough. Well, surprisingly, the handle's still cool. I was kind of worried about that, but let's see, a nice cup of coffee there. I'm going to cheat today, put a little creamer in there. These little droppers work great for like bleach and hot sauce and stuff, but let's see if I can unscrew it with one hand. But they only let one drop out at a time, so they're not great for creamer, but that's what I had for today. And I'll put the link down below. Cheers. It was a good day.